Monday, March 7th. Funny how these Mondays keep rolling back around. I have the very last piece of this spinach, onion, and feta crustless-ish quiche. So that's 4 points. It has salt, pepper, and Frank's for 0. I have 2 Jimmy Dean turkey link sausages. These are 1 point each, so this is 6 total. I also have some grapes, and then I'm on coffee cup number 2, 1 point for all of my creamer that I'm going to be using. Talk to y'all later. Okay, here is lunch. I have a little bit more than a cup of the Weight Watchers cabbage soup, vegetable soup, so I'm going to count this as 1 point. I have 2 tablespoons or 2 points worth of the Eating Right traditional hummus and 2 points worth or 28 grams worth of the Snack Factory Everything Pretzel Crisp. So this is a 5-point lunch. I'm sure it's not going to hold me all afternoon, but it's already 12:30, so I just want to go ahead and eat something. It is 2:30 on Monday, and sorry, my Keurig is going in the background. Since I'm out of town next week, I'm going to set my husband up and make sure that he can have coffee in the morning, but we haven't used the Keurig in a while because I've been brewing full pot since I'm working from home. Ergo, the Keurig has not been used in a while, and I'm giving it a good flush. So that's what you hear. Anyway, 2:30 on a Monday. My work had a power outage at kind of home base, and we couldn't get into databases for a while, so it's back up. Time to get rolling again. So I'm gonna have a snack. I have a 3-point snack here. 2 for the Quaker Chocolate Crunch Rice Cake, 1 for the PB2, and 0 for the banana. And then I'm also gonna have a latte. So 0 for the espresso and 1 point for the 3rd cup 1% milk that's been steamed up. So 4 points all together. I really wanted some popcorn, something kind of salty, and I almost did the popcorn kernels in the brown paper bag in the microwave when I remembered that I had these, and I did the math on them, and it's 2 points for the whole bag. So I'm gonna eat this. I am making lettuce wraps for dinner, Asian lettuce wraps. I use a recipe that I adapted from a cookbook called The 100 Days of Real Food. You can't, I shouldn't say you can't find the recipe online. The author of the cookbook does not have that recipe posted online, but in a blogger-friendly exchange, there was another blogger that was given the recipe to try and review, and so I'll link you to her blog because it has the recipe, Penelope. But I modify mine because I don't use nearly as much oil, and I kind of change up the ingredients. And that's one of the reasons I really like Asian lettuce wraps, is because you don't have to use ground beef. You can use ground pork, you can use ground turkey, you could use ground chicken. You can change up all the veggies. So all I do is saute carrots, diced mushrooms, a little garlic and a little ginger in some mostly cooking spray. I add just a few drops of sesame oil for flavor. And then as it cooks down, I add in water chestnuts from a can that I've chopped up. I add in the ground beef to brown, and then I add in frozen shelled edamame and green onions. You can, like I said, you can really do whatever veggies you want. Once you have everything going and kind of cooked up, cooked off, thawed out in the case of my edamame, then you're going to add about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, and then just sort of let it simmer up and reduce down a bit. I know some other people that like to put just make like a tiny slurry from cornstarch and soy sauce and add it in just to give it a little bit of a thicker thing. It just really depends on what you feel like doing. You can do whatever you want. So I also add in a little bit of crushed red pepper. So let me show you what I'm going to serve this with. We always eat lettuce wraps with butter lettuce or bib lettuce. You know, these have nice sturdy leaves that make good wrappers, although admittedly eventually we get to the point where it all ends up on the plate and we use a knife and fork and eat it more like a salad, but we always use this. So I'll show you guys the plated version when we're ready to eat dinner. My husband gets off work in another 20 minutes, so he won't be home for another 45 minutes, almost an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and have a snack while I wait for him, so let me show you that. I have a 2-point snack. I have 5 of the Crunchmaster original multi-seed, multi-grain crackers, and then a mini Baby Bell Light. So 1 point, 1 point, 2 point snack. I'm trying to save at least a couple of points for a pudding after dinner. So when I get the lettuce wraps plated up, though, I'll tell you the points on that too. So here is dinner. It actually comes out to be 6 points, and I did my usual where I measured my pan before I made anything in it, and then I measured it again with all of the ingredients and subtracted out the weight of the pan so I could determine the weight of the ingredients, and then I divided it by 6, and comes up to almost 6 ounces. This is just where I stopped. Instead of wraps this time around, we just did the lettuce on a plate and put the contents on top and ate it like a salad. So very good. I will link the recipe that I use as a base down in the description bar below. I also added some sriracha to mine. Woo-wee! Love this stuff. I ended the night with 4 points left over after dinner, so I had a sugar-free Jell-O dark chocolate pudding for 2 points, with a graham cracker for 1 point and a little bit of fat-free whipped cream for 0. And then I also had a full cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk for 1 point. So there go all my points for the day.